In this video we're going to look at the Debrief preferences. And as mentioned, all software is configured a certain way out of the box, and Debrief is no different. And this out of the box way, we call this the default install. However, it's most likely that you'll either want to change the way it's set up, or know where to make the changes if you later decide to do so. For example, one setting is if you prefer over-the-ground OTG as a default import mode for track files, then you can change the setting here in preferences. And the same if you wanted your default range units in miles or nautical miles, etc. And Debrief has a large number of different settings and configurations, and all of which can be changed if you prefer alternatives to the preset ones. And to change these, click on Window on the menu bar, and then right at the bottom here we have Preferences. Click on that and then the Preferences dialog will open. Now you can see at the top here we've got Type Filter Text. Now if you know the name of the preference you want, you can type it in here and press Enter. But we're now going to look at some of the more important settings. And though we won't change any, as the default setup is just right for the subsequent tutorials, it is handy to know where they are. So if you click on Maritime Analysis, then you'll see three setting groups on the right. Default Track Import Mode, Default Range Units, and the Relative Bearing Format. And again, we'll just leave these at the default setting, but just check that you want to use Ask User for the default Track Import Mode, Yards for the default Range Unit, and the UK format for the Relative Bearing Format. And once you're done, you can click on the Apply button to commit the changes, because Apply makes the changes you've selected, but it leaves the dialog box open, whereas clicking on OK commits the changes and closes the dialog box. But now we'll look at some of the different location format options. So click on the drop-down arrow next to Maritime Analysis and select Formatting. And you can now choose your location format. And if you've already downloaded the Natural Earth set, click on this in the Maritime Analysis submenu, and then you'll see the Natural Earth, the data folder. Now navigate to your data folder. Now mine I downloaded earlier into my Debrief folder, and there we have Natural Earth Master, and then I click on OK. And these are all the settings that I want to make to the preferences at the moment. So then I'm just going to click on the OK button, and then I'm back in my main Debrief window. Now these are the only settings we need for the next set of tutorials, but for the other preference settings, please refer to the user guide for further information. And in the next video, we'll look at working within Debrief.